Why are their German luxury cars, once the ultimate status in China, struggling to keep up now? With Chinese buyers ditching BMWs and Mercedes for local brands packed with advanced tech at a fraction of the price, this rapid shift in loyalty is reshaping the market. The automotive landscape in China has changed dramatically, especially for German brands that once dominated this market. In the past, names like Audi, BMW, Mercedes, and Volkswagen were practically synonymous with luxury and prestige in China. These brands reaped almost half of big global profits from Chinese buyers, where German engineering was seen as the pinnacle of automotive quality. Yet recent sales figures paint a starkly different story. In just the third quarter of this year, BMW sales in China fell by 30%, Mercedes by 33%, Porsche by 19%, and Volkswagen by 15%. And this is a one-off. It's part of a larger pattern that has been unfolding over the years, signaling a real shift in consumer attitudes. The Chinese car market is indeed expanding, but not in the way many foreign brands had hoped. Instead of flocking to familiar Western names, Chinese buyers are embracing local options, especially electric vehicles. Why this sudden shift? Much of it boils down to affordability and features. Domestic companies like BYD and XPeng are leading the way, presenting serious competition not just by being cheaper, but by packing in technology and features that sometimes outshine what's offered by international brands. Chinese automakers have realized that it's no longer enough to rely on basic or budget-friendly models. They're stepping up with electric cars that look sleek, feel modern, and come loaded with high-tech features. BYD, for example, has been making waves with models that are far cheap in quality, even if they are less expensive in price. This strategy has challenged a long-standing belief that price always reflects quality. For years, German brands leaned heavily on the idea that the higher prices indicated better engineering, reliability, and luxury. And BYD Dolphin, for instance, is one of the top-selling EVs in China, offering more than just basic transportation. Priced significantly lower than something like the Volkswagen ID.3, the Dolphin doesn't compromise on quality or tech features. It has everything modern consumers are looking for: a stylish design, a comfortable interior, and smart technology. Then there's XPeng, another rising star in the Chinese EV market. The XPeng G6, for example, offers superior battery range, advanced software capabilities, and faster acceleration than some pricier German alternatives, and yet it's available at a fraction of the cost. So it's not just about saving money, it's about getting more value for that money. Chinese consumers, especially the younger, tech-savvy generation, are drawn to these domestic EVs, not just because they're affordable, but because they align with what they're looking for in the vehicle, whether that's autonomous driving capabilities, in-car AI, or connectivity features that German brands have been slower to adopt. This committed consumer choice is also backed by China's government policies, which provide substantial support for the domestic EV market. Generous subsidies, tax breaks, and even the extensive network of EV charging stations have all played a role in making electric cars not just a choice, but for many, the obvious one. This ecosystem supports local brands like BYD, XPeng, and NIO, allowing them to scale production, reduce costs, and offer higher quality EVs at competitive prices. For the German automakers trying to keep up, the path forward in China suddenly looks far more challenging. German brands, once so synonymous with luxury and quality, are starting to feel like they're left holding an outdated notion of premium that no longer resonates with this new value-focused market. An interesting shift can be seen in consumer preferences. While German automakers struggle with their EV offerings, local manufacturers and Tesla are thriving. German brands together hold less than 10% of China's MEB market, even though NEVs make up nearly half of all vehicle sales in the country and are expected to reach 40% by 2030. Just a few years ago, German brands enjoyed a 25% market share in China. Now it's dropped below 15%. And if current trends continue, it can fall even further in the NEV sector. It seems that Chinese automakers have cracked the code, offering top-notch features without the hefty price tag. And this is attracting a new wave of buyers who care about value and advanced tech over legacy brands. One major factor behind the shift is China's rapidly advancing automotive technology. Over the last decade, domestic automakers have poured resources into R&D, collaborating with tech companies and embracing next-gen features like autonomous driving, AI, and connected car systems. This tech appeal is particularly strong among younger Chinese consumers who prioritize digital functionality as much as, if not more than, traditional automotive qualities. German brands, on the other hand, have been slower to embrace digitalization, which has left them looking outdated to tech-savvy buyers. Market support has also played a significant role. Chinese EV manufacturers benefit from various subsidies, tax breaks, and a robust charging infrastructure, all of which make owning an EV both affordable and convenient. BYD, Akbio, and XPeng have scaled production quickly, cutting costs and making the cars accessible to more people. German automakers, however, haven't been able to keep up. Their slower pace of innovation and complex corporate structures don't mesh well with China's fast-moving market, where flexibility and speed are key. Meanwhile, Tesla has established itself as the fierce competitor with its Shanghai Gigafactory. Tesla's combination of brand loyalty, tent German design, and production efficiency allow it to deliver high-performance EVs at a competitive price. The comparison often leaves German brands looking like they're playing catch-up, especially when it comes to software, autonomous features, and charging capabilities. It's becoming clear that German brands face a real uphill battle trying to match the pace Tesla has set in China. Economic and political factors add another layer of complexity. Europe has recently discussed imposing tariffs on Chinese-made EVs to protect domestic industries, but German automakers have voiced strong opposition, worrying that tariffs could provoke retaliatory actions from China, where they've invested heavily in. These automakers have extensive production facilities on Chinese soil, and any move to downscale could be financially devastating, especially as many of these factories operate on state-owned land, restricting their operational flexibility. This leaves that German companies are caught in a spot, balancing political pressures at home with the need to stay competitive in China. So how are German automakers responding? Some, like Volkswagen and Audi, have rolled out models specifically designed for the Chinese market and even entered partnership with Chinese tech firms to add advanced features. Volkswagen, for instance, has launched electric models exclusively available in China, reflecting an effort to cater to local tastes. But there's a catch. By tailoring their products to be more affordable and accessible, these brands risk diluting their premium image, a key part of their appeal in the first place. German luxury has always been about exclusivity and high standards, and producing budget-friendly models in China could chip away at that reputation. Looking forward, the situation for German automakers in China is precarious. The competition isn't just about luxury or brand heritage anymore. It's about who can deliver affordability, cutting-edge technology, and consumer-focused design. Industry experts think that by 2030, German brands might hold on to only a sliver of the Chinese market, perhaps existing as niche importers of high-end models. This would mark a dramatic fall from their once dominant position in the world's largest car market. This decline has implications for the global auto industry as well, with growth slowing in Europe and North America. China remains one of the few large markets with rooms to expand, especially in the EV sector. Unfortunately for German automakers, their deep-rooted focus on internal combustion engines and slower adoption of electric technology have put them at a disadvantage. With China on a fast track to becoming an all-electric market, German brands are scrambling to adapt or risk becoming obsolete in a market they once ruled. The shifting dynamic also speaks to broader trends in economic power and technological leadership. China's auto industry, once perceived as a follower, is now setting the pace in areas like EVs and battery innovation. This evolution is part of China's larger industrial agenda, which emphasizes independence and leadership in critical sectors. For German automakers, accustomed to leading rather than following, it's a jarring wake-up call. German brands once counted on their premium image to captivate Chinese consumers. But now, with local brands excelling in book, price, and TED, these companies face a complex challenge. German automakers face a choice: keep up with China's changing demands, or risk becoming irrelevant, a strong reminder not to fall behind in a fast-changing market. With China's market shifting towards chip-driven and affordable EVs, German brands are struggling to keep up. Can they regain their pace, or will they become niche players in a market they've once ruled? Share your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights.